What I need for you guys to go ahead and do is go over to our YouTube page. Make sure you like, subscribe there, and also check out our Instagram and make sure you follow us there, man. We'll give a follow back for sure. Holla at us. Alright guys, what I need for you guys to go ahead and do is go over to our YouTube page. Make sure you like, subscribe there, and also
Yo, what's up? At the hottest podcast in the city, the smartest dumb people. I'm here with my nigga, that dude Johnson. You know what I'm saying? We go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Y'all tune in every week or every time. Hit the like button, subscribe, do what you're supposed to do. Like, comment, share, tell your people about it. Y'all know what it is. It's the smartest dumb people.
see, man, when you get that type of
Because
money,
he literally single with other people. So, like, this was a story of.
This is the best podcast in the city of Omaha.
Thank you.
I'm not pandering.
You know what I'm saying? And they take vocals and, script and they start living on Tupac.
You're a real hustler, huh? That's pretty neat. Into it.
But I also met
Team, they know she likes to go outside, play soccer by herself. We have make sure like Snoop Dogg, he's an icon in all facets of life.
Icon
in the world. But
I feel like they cheat stupid. They gonna get caught. Yeah, they cheat with their dick like we cheat with our mind. I feel like women.
no more. But before I let you explain that, I want to show a little clip of a little monster.
I'm on Pandora, YouTube. I'm on the students and everybody. Carl.
I'm trying to find.
It is what it is. Finally, we went to Rodney Pimp.
There's 2 cats. No, you can hustle in many ways. There's 2 cats in high school.
This is the coldest fucking thing that's going on, Omaha. These the realest niggas out
Yeah, you already know.
Like, for real, like, this is
God, I go off the mentality of the woman, and I know if I know my woman.
Smart dummy!
Let's go.
Hey everybody, it's Say Something Sunday. It's the ladies edition, which is the best edition. And we have a special guest today, April Vaughn, which is I call her the cake boss of Omaha because she is, like the title of her company says, not just cakes. I mean, she can definitely do any kind of treat that you want. She is definitely booked and busy. But first and foremost, I do want to always shout out my co-host, Tracy Treese.
Hello.
The best makeup artist in Omaha. Look, everybody that comes to this platform is the best at what they do. So don't get it twisted, okay? But so we're going to talk to April today about her company, Not Just Cakes. And she did bring us some strawberries today, if everybody can see.
I can't wait till this camera go on.
And there are so many different flavors, and the way that she does things is so artistic, it's so beautiful that people just look at her website, look at her Instagram, they be like, dang, I want this cake, or I want this baker to make my cake for my special event. And so that's why we want to talk to April today, because we wanted to see how the dream was formed, and then how did she put a business plan together in order to make it pop. And then we also want to talk about her support team, because most entrepreneurs, you definitely have to have a supportive team. Even if you're spearheading the company, the CEO, owner, you still have to have a support team in order to get your business to that next level. But I want to welcome April to the podcast this Sunday. And April, tell us a little bit about how you dreamed like you wanted to be like this magnificent, famous baker and then create this company.
Well, thank you ladies for having me.
You're welcome.
It all started when I was a little girl. Growing up, I was raised by my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And I always stayed in the kitchen with her.
Yeah.
And I was very infatuated with her 5 flavor pound cake.
Oh.
I always wanted to help. After she got through putting everything in, I actually helped her put the cake together sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And me and my brother would lick the bowl.
I bet you did. I bet you did. That was everybody's favorite thing to do.
We would lick
Batter
the
the
bowl.
frosting.
I never got to create a pound cake for my grandmother while she was living. But my first experience, I knew, I came home from school, and the next day was like a snow day.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma has this cookbook.
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked at my brother, I was like, Travis, I was like, I'm about to go in there and ask Granny to make some cookies.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, Granny ain't gonna let you make cookies. And I was like, watch. So I went in there, I was like, Granny, can I make cookies? And she was like, I don't care, as long as y'all clean up behind you. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got her book, opened it up, popped it open, found my cookie recipe, because I was like, yeah, we didn't have no chocolate chips. So I said peanut butter. We always kept peanut butter.
Yeah.
So I made the peanut butter cookies, had my grandma tasting them, and guess what I forgot?
What? The peanut butter? Oh my God! And what did she say? What she say?
She tasted the cookie and she was like, this is good. What kind of cookie did you make? And I said, peanut butter. She said, I don't taste the peanut butter in there. And I forgot the peanut butter and Travis the peanut butter. I spread them on top and I was like, we're going to do another go around. But when I made them, she was like, these are really good. So it just stemmed from my grandmother always watching her do her thing in the kitchen and baking for holidays and stuff like that. But how I dove into like the fondant and all the flavor cakes and stuff like that. I watched Cake Wars, Cookie Wars, all that stuff.
I used to sit and watch that all the time too.
And my wife and my daughter, well, my wife was my girlfriend at the time.
Uh-huh.
They came downstairs and I was watching the Food Network and they was like, you should make this cake. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. In my head, I was like, I'm not going to do it. But I'm like, oh, y'all challenging me? Y'all don't think I can make
It's a challenge.
Right. So I went and I made the cake.
Yeah.
And they was like, I can't believe you made it. And then I think my aunt asked me if I could do a baby shower. And the girl wanted the elephant cake. And she was like, can you do this? And I'm lying to her. I was like, yeah, I can do it. Because I believe in myself. Yeah. I believed in myself. I knew in my heart I could do it.
You know what? It always starts with a challenge.
And I did it. And I can't, my wife and my daughter came downstairs. They was like, I cannot believe you made this elephant cake. You actually did it. And it just, I just started, I'm not going to say perfecting, but working on my craft at that time.
Uh-huh.
I've definitely seen it. You have evolved. You have arrived.
You got to start. You have to start from somewhere.
Yeah,
but when
you
I
do.
did that fondant stuff, baby, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing fondant no more.
It's hard.
But I love it now. I love it. I love it better than buttercream.
Yeah.
Even though the cake itself is buttercream.
Yeah.
But I love doing fondant work because it's clean cut.
It is
It's
clean
clean.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen it on the frozen apples that you did.
Mm-hmm.
So April, like, she does like everything: pretzels, strawberries, apples,
Any kind of
you
treat
know,
you can
cakes,
think of.
and just all kinds
The
of
work
things.
is so neat, it's detailed.
Yes.
And can you tell everybody the name of your Instagram to check out your cake designs?
Oh, you can check out my cake designs at Not Just Cakes Omaha or TikTok, Not Just Cakes Omaha. And then I have a Facebook page, Not Just Cakes LLC.
Okay, so who helped you put together your website?
I did.
So you did your own website.
My first actual website, I paid someone to create my website.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot of feedback from my customers stating that it was too much, like it was too busy, it was too much, it
Too
was too
complicated.
complicated to maneuver through.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember, it was another website alternative, and I was like, you know what, let me try this. So I did it, I want to say within 3 hours. I did my website, I created my business cards, my menus, all that stuff. I did everything. I do everything for me. My pop-up shop that I did it myself. Like, it's just all me. But I have learned
To ask for help.
that, no, not quite yet. I'm getting there. But I have learned, just talking to other entrepreneurs and people that are in my line of work, that you gotta let your guard down and you gotta learn how to trust people in order for your business to grow.
Yeah.
And that's my big thing. It's trusted people.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself hiring staff in the future?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me,
How do you
months
have
ago,
the time?
Nope.
Like to do? I could look on her page one day and I'm like, how did she roll all these cakes out? Like within days, like.
Because when did you start this? 2020 or 2019?
Oh no, I've been doing this since 2013.
Okay.
But,
2013.
I established my business in 2021.
Okay.
Like I made it official. I walked away
Okay.
from my employer in April of 2021.
Okay.
So,
That's gotta be a good feeling to not have to work for anybody.
it is, but then it's
Is it
like
scary? Like
So you don't
It is.
have
That you
another
have
job.
time to-
I do
This
not.
is it.
This is it.
So
Okay.
when did you know, because we've all worked for corporate America before. We're all trying to figure out how to get away from it. So when was your last day for corporate America before you were like, you know what? I think I've arrived. I think I can make a living off of my own company. Like, what date was that for you?
Or what you making at work?
What year was that for you?
Last year.
So last year,
April.
2021. Okay.
April of 2021, and I fully put my eggs in one basket in my business. Starting
Okay.
in June when I relaunched my website.
Okay.
I did my pop-up shop. That's when I went all in.
Okay, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of people, they see these websites, they see these companies, and they think they're overnight success. And so when I have entrepreneurs onto the show, I always ask them, when did you start? How long did it take you to get there? And when did you leave corporate America? Because we do have a lot of entrepreneurs who still go to work every day, and then they do this in their spare time.
Right.
But I often think if you could really financially just take that cut from corporate America and completely funnel your business, put your passion into it, I think a lot of people would just take off.
Some people I think are scared to take the risk.
Oh yeah, it's
I think
big.
that's what it
It's
really
big
is.
risky business.
It is.
Big risky.
But when I
I
see
was-
like her, when you like passionate about your craft, you know, like first of all, being self-taught, like that's major. Because not a lot of people have the patience to really learn and perfect their craft.
Yeah.
And I sat and watched her evolve. Like, I'm telling you, when she first started making cakes, but even the cake, I ordered a banana pudding cake for my nephew's birthday. He loves banana pudding.
Oh, so you've ordered from April before?
Yeah, when she first started making cakes.
So we do
And-
have a customer in the house.
The
Every
cake
time I go
was-
to the website, she completely booked for my date, so I got to get
Well, I
there
tried
2
to order a
months
birthday
earlier.
cake, but then I end up not having a birthday
Yeah.
gathering, so I
Yeah.
didn't order the cake. But the banana pudding cake was amazing. Like, she was on time, the cake was neat, the price was, reasonable, but like now she has really evolved.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I looked at that cake design, the one that was like the sweater and the scarf, it was
Yeah.
like a winter wonderland theme, and I'm like, this looks like something off a cake boss.
I know that's right.
I was in awe.
I know that's
and I think
right.
I commented on that cake like, who ordered this? I know they gotta be like, I think it was for a little girl's birthday or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That blew me away, that cake.
Yeah, and you have a super huge family.
Yes.
So, and I think that's another reason why April is like, she comes from a really big supportive family. So I know that, she's pretty much going to be booked and busy off of her family alone. So if you're outside of that, then you really got to, kind of stalk this website a little bit to get, what she needs. But we definitely wish you luck. We can't wait till you get that storefront. We can't wait till you get all that high-tech baking equipment. We can't wait till you get your staff, because we know it's coming.
Oh, it definitely is. And I'm not going to say I'm where I want to be, like Cake Boss wise, but I'm getting there.
You getting
I
there.
really am.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Like, people inbox me for pointers, tips. I give it to them because it's like, why hold what God gave me?
That's
Yes.
good, because not a lot of people will do that.
I know.
Or
They be like,
will
oh, you
charge
got to
for
pay
the
me.
game.
Yeah, you got to pay me
They
for
be
a
like, hey,
class.
check out my class
Yeah.
or my ebook,
Yeah, eventually that
Well,
will
capitalize
come.
too.
But yeah, eventually that will come. But I just, upcoming bakers and people getting off their feet, it's scary
Yeah.
because I was one of those.
It's risky.
You know, fearful of walking away from my job, but I
Right.
just got to the point where, you know what, I can do this.
You
Right.
sure
And
can.
it's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
I'm still working. I'm
Of
still working
course.
on anything.
Of
I'm
course.
still working on my craft. I'm still working. And eventually I'll get there.
You gonna get there.
I definitely know I
You
will.
gonna
get
You
there.
have a lot of hidden talents too. I done seen you design some shoes now.
Let's talk about it.
I know that's not on the website.
Okay, so I do want to. So the question of the day is, how do you know you've made it? And so I want to start by asking you, Treese, how do you know when you've made it?
I don't think that anybody else determines that but you. I think that it's a inner feeling of like wholeness and feeling complete. Like only you know when you've made it, what success really means to you, what really makes you feel whole as a person and makes you, happy. So that's gonna, I can't really say what that is. It's gonna be different for everybody depending on what your goals are.
It is. So for you, how do you know when you've made it, April?
I know I still haven't made it yet because I haven't conquered what I'm destined to conquer in my lifetime. So I definitely haven't. And like Tree said, just to write off your coattail, it's a feeling.
It is a feeling.
It's a feeling.
It is a feeling.
When I say this, when I can wake up in the morning and not cook, not clean, and have somebody
That's when you made it.
paying for
That's when you made
Absolutely.
it. And that's a perfect answer. And for me, it's a figure for me. And it's going to be, a 7-figure number for me. And that's how I know I've made it.
For me, it's not just money. Money does matter, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We all need some of it.
Yeah.
I think when I'm able to reach back, and help somebody else,
Yeah.
that, for me makes
We
me,
do that all the time.
Yeah.
You do that in your job every day. You know what I mean? You do. We
Yeah.
help. We help. We are good people. We help people.
Yeah.
Give them advice. We do
I
what we
guess when
can
I
for
have
other
really
people.
changed someone else's life. for
Yeah.
me, that's part of it.
Yeah. That's good. And anybody saying anything in the comments about when they think they made it? What they saying, Treese?
We do not have any comments.
Ain't nobody talking today. Okay.
Johnetta Green, happy Sunday.
It was my fault. I wasn't able to tag anybody or even share the. I am now. My phone was froze for the first 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Deborah. But we.
It was my fault.
Well, I'm going to
Okay.
share it.
So, hold
to
on.
my
Yeah,
page
let me
and
do it
share
too.
to a few
Okay,
people.
so the first topic we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Ray J, okay? Now, Ray J, everybody who don't know about Ray J is Brandy's little brother, and she was a hip-hop R&B star back in the day. Ray J, he tried a couple songs. They did hit, but he didn't really do, clear albums like she did. And so there was this big scandal with him and Kim Kardashian about who leaked this sex tape, what business deals were involved behind the scenes. And so now, since everybody kept on saying Ray J did it, 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 Ray J said, now enough is enough. Now I'm about to tell y'all what really went down. And so we do have a little clip of Ray J. We want y'all to check this out, and then we'll come back and talk.
I don't know. You know what? Here's how I look at it. Your lawyer, Marty, right? Every time somebody talks shit about y'all of this magnitude, y'all always cease and desist. Y'all shut that shit down. Y'all tried to make Blac Chyna look crazy, right? Because you felt like you had the facts. Crickets. Kim ain't responded to this at all because she know what she did. And Chris, you know you ran the play. I'm going crazy tonight as far as like my energy because I'm so disgusted. I can go more. I can go more. I can go all night. Like I could go because the shit no. The shit I just showed them, was like, all right, here go the sex tape contract. You want to see the sex tape contract? There go the sex tape contract. There it is. There's the whole thing, right? That's my handwriting. That's it, right? This is the sex tape full contract. They done already breached the contract by talking about it. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There you go. Let's talk about it. Like, let's keep going, because I'm telling you, go down to that. That's important right there. That's important because that's my signature and that's Steve Hirsch's signature. And I love you, Steve. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is about somebody fronting and lying. And I wish you can say something now when you saw her lying, but we'll deal with her later in court. She got to talk. She can. I hope she don't want to lie under oath. That's 4 years in. That's 4. But 25 to life for the sodomy shit Kim tried to play me with. I don't know. You know what?
Okay, so it looks like Ray J has true receipts. It looks like this was a whole business deal to release this sex tape. And so at the time, I believe Kim and Ray J was 21. But my question to you guys is the fact that everybody involved wanted to leak this tape, and then to the public, you know, the people involved want to act like, oh my God, who leaked this tape? Somebody got our tape and leaked it, and then they made millions off of it because they did sell it to these porn sites. And then they wanted to kind of pinpoint the black man in the situation and make him the scapegoat and make him the one in the wrong. But now he's saying everybody knew. Everybody involved, including your mama. The mama. It's like, Chris, what won't you do?
That's so sad.
It is.
And my mama pimped me out. I probably would never speak to her again.
But they always said that the Chris pimps out her kids. They've always
I
said
mean,
that.
it made her into a multi-millionaire, whatever. But I mean, come on.
Your mama watching you have sex.
My mom would. First of all, that is sick.
You know, I never watched the tape, but
Yeah,
they said the
Yo, mama,
performance
why
was.
you have sex? Like, wow.
Pathetic.
Y'all heard it was trash anyway. Like, she was, yeah. It was just trash, I heard. But I've never actually watched the tape.
But, you know, now that Ray J's speaking out about it, and he's saying that Chris knew about it, Kim knew about it, everybody signed off to release this tape. And now they got to go to court. And they basically going to court so Ray J can clear his name. I don't know if
I
Ray
think
J...
he's saying it was some type of NDA probably, and they breached the contract or whatever, you know. I don't think they were supposed to talk about it.
Oh, because he told, or Kim and them told.
I don't think they were supposed to talk. I don't think
Honey,
none of them was supposed to talk
okay,
about it.
so
well,
what...
from what Ray J said on Instagram earlier is that his receipts, he said that he went back to look to see if he had a gag order, and he didn't. So that's why he's talking about it. And he said that he was going to sue. He said in his head he was going to sue privately, but he was like, no, F that. Like, no, I'm going, you know what I'm saying, let them expose them for who they really are. Because he got tired of it because he said that his children, he doesn't want to leave this. You know, because, you know, internet, stuff on the internet.
They're going to be like, dang, daddy, I mean, how scandalous are you? You know what I mean? And your kids can be your worst critic, okay? Because they could be at your bedroom door like, I need to talk to you. Like, wait a minute. Are you my kids? Or you can't check me on my damn life.
Man.
But, honey, you know, it's all coming out because Kanye went to Ray J and he said, can I have the original tape of you and my wife? I want to do this for my wife so it's not held over her head. Right. And then at that point in time, Ray J did give him that video, but Ray J and Kanye had a conversation about what really went down. That's why Kanye kind of been coming out talking about he fuck with all kind of bitches that sell pussy and they don't even agree with the way Kim is raising their kids.
Oh, right, wow. He did say that.
And he said, you know, he wanted to let Chris and Kim know right fucking now, y'all don't have the whole say so in how my kids is being raised. And he said, everybody calling me crazy. He said, by now it's just white noise. He said, I don't give a fuck. but I'm fighting for my kids and where they should be raised and how they should be raised. And if his mom was alive, he would have more pull, you know, because it's just him, you know what I mean? And so when you have a whole family that's battling you for custody, because I've been there, you look less important when you don't have a whole slew of MF sitting behind you versus somebody that does. I've been there before, but you know what? I still won because I paid that almighty dollar so that I could win. But yeah, so we want y'all to keep in touch with Ray J. We sending healing prayers to Ray J. We hope he get his name clear and we hope he get a check out of it. But we do want to talk about this man that spent 5 years in jail for child support payments he didn't make for a child that wasn't his. So I want y'all to check this clip out and we'll be right back.
You claim you spent 5 years in prison for failing to pay child support for the defendant, Ms. Sears' son, Dylan.
That's right.
Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
Oh, man. 5 years in prison.
Do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
You know who his father is.
Yes, I talk to him still.
You claim you spent 5 years in prison for failing to pay child support for the defendant, Ms. Sears' son, Dylan.
That's right.
Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
Oh, man. 5 years in prison.
No.
So now that this man all of a sudden was like, you know what, after I spent 5 years in jail behind this little boy, I need to know if this is really my son or not. So he finds out that this is not his son, and he's been in jail for 5 years behind a child that wasn't his. Now in this situation, who do y'all think was wrong? The mom or the justice system?
I thought both. Just because if he's in jail, he should have asked for a paternity test if he was getting child support. Or I guess my question to you is, was he paying child support while he was in jail?
No.
He was wrong too.
No, he wasn't paying
Well, he
nothing.
should have asked, because you know while
He
you
was wrong,
incarcerated, they give you a paternity test.
I think it's important for men to know their own rights.
Absolutely.
Don't sit back and let things happen to you. When things are happening, that's when it's time to get in action and go get you an attorney. Go start drawing up some paperwork or go get that DNA test done, you know.
Well, in this situation, I don't think all.
Yeah.
I don't think all now.
Yeah,
but in this situation.
Yes, in this situation, because when somebody's coming at you with child support, if there's any doubt there, most of the time child support give you a free DNA test.
Sure do.
But a lot of times what men run from, they don't want to be on child support, so then they avoid that DNA test because they know deep down it's your kid, and now you're gonna have to start paying.
Yeah.
So I fought the woman, the man, and the courts as well.
I don't even know how I would have been able to deal with my rage after I found out the child wasn't mine. I just stayed in jail 5 years.
It also would depend on it. Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry. It also would depend on if he signed a birth certificate, because maybe that could have been why they didn't.
That's a possibility too.
Because if you sign that, that's like your own admission.
That is a legal.
Yeah,
that is a legal binding to that child.
Yeah.
But I would definitely sue the mom, and I would probably try to find a way to sue the legal system, because it's just like y'all done slam me in 5 years. You can't get that back.
And try to find a few cousins that you can pay to go and see about the mom.
I'm choosing violence. We choosing violence today. Because honey, my cousins would have been outside that courtroom ready. Okay, outside the courtroom like, look.
Do not choose violence. We're
okay. Look. Yeah, but yeah, that was just, when I saw that, I really felt bad for him. And then it was, y'all could even hear in the background, the crowd was just in shock too. Everybody's stomach had just got punched. You know, that's how you feel. You know, after you didn't got fucked like that. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's.
So, did he go to jail for not paying taxes?
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, I absolutely blame the justice system because they should have tested him.
Shit. Well,
And he sat in jail for 5 years. That's something his attorney could have got done while he was in there. They could have swabbed him, swabbed the kid.
What state is this in?
oh, I don't know what state it was.
They could have swabbed him and swabbed the kid for starters. Like 5 years.
I don't even know what state that was. We should have probably looked that up to see because different states have different rules, and it is you really need to be looking that shit up once you move or whatever, so you can know what your rights are and what they ain't. Okay, honey? Because we don't want y'all to be out there going to jail for a child that ain't yours. Okay. Another thing too, when y'all up here with these ladies and y'all not really sure if you should sign the birth certificate, choose violence, okay? Be like, look, bitch, I need a DNA. I don't give a fuck. I don't trust this shit. I need a DNA. Anyway, look, we're going to segue on to something else, some preaching that's been going on around here. We're going to talk about the difference between the backlash that black pastors get versus the backlash that white pastors get. But I want y'all to pay attention to the difference in what the black pastors are getting criticized for versus what the white pastors are getting criticized for. So watch this clip and we'll be right back.
Pastors are going viral for stuff like this.
You name it, Gucci, Louis, you name it.
Or this.
Beyonce just released Church Girl.
Or even worse, this.
And y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it.
Meanwhile, Christian nationalist pastors are preaching sermons of hate like this.
You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. I don't care how mad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to.
They're calling for violence.
Every single homosexual in our country, they should be sentenced with death. They should be lined up against the wall and shot in the back of the head.
And don't think for a second that just because you're a Christian that nationalism is not going to come after you.
I am sick and tired of allowing black people to get away with calling themselves Christians, and they're just black.
Christian nationalism is the religion of white supremacy. They have colonized Christ, they've gentrified Jesus, and now they're trying to tell us that what we need to do is to be a country that worships the God of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
We should be Christian nationalists.
Or Donald Trump, who doesn't even know what 2 Corinthians is.
2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17.
White supremacy doesn't care if you're preaching about money.
I'm not worth your McDonald's money. I'm not worth your Red Lobster money.
Christian nationalism is not threatened by the prosperity gospel.
Who wants social justice and reparations and all this? He calling himself a Christian. I'm sick of it.
When black pastors are going past...
Say such and such is watching.
So, you know, when we talk about these
you out of that box like that?
Raging, talk about these raging white pastors talking about people should be shot. If you vote Democrat, you should go to hell. They're tired of, you know, black people saying they're Christian when they're just black. I mean, these are pastors. You know, you're supposed to be teaching or preaching the word in the Bible. And it don't say nothing about taking somebody out back and shooting them. I mean, when are we supposed to hold these white pastors accountable for choosing violence, inciting violence like Donald Trump, and let them get away with it? You know, we got black pastors who's getting criticized because they want to show you all the Gucci jackets they got in their closet. I don't agree with that shit either. Okay, if you got Gucci in your closet or a Bentley in your garage as a black pastor, don't nobody need to see that shit but you. Okay? That's why I don't go to church, and that's why I don't tithe. And that's why I choose violence, and I don't let anybody I know tithe, because your ass don't need the fucking money. But the other thing about the other black pastor said, Now I've been waiting all year for this birthday gift and I didn't get it. Well, motherfucker, you get birthday gifts every Sunday, okay? They give you money every Sunday, okay? And the other black pastor wanted to talk about Beyonce church girl song being trash. And I had made a post about that. I said, you know what? That ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. That ain't got nothing to do with, you know, your Sunday sermon.
Secular music, but they sample it.
Sample it all the time.
And make
because
it
in your choir, yes, in your choir, excuse me, I think I heard that beat before. Right. Okay, now let's stop this bullshit, you know? But we don't have black pastors out there saying people should be shot. White people need to stop acting like they Christians when they're all, you know, devils in disguise. We just need to figure out a way to where these platforms start to get canceled. Because there's no way, you know, you have two different extremes. You got black pastors basically getting criticized for materialistic shit. But then these white pastors, you don't have nobody talking about these white pastors telling you to have somebody go out back and be shot.
It should be no different. If they can pull Farrakhan offline, they should be able to
pull goddamn right. You goddamn right, Trish. That is a good suggestion because they silence Farrakhan.
Yeah. Yep.
And if you don't follow him privately, you won't know any of his teachings or anything that he's saying because publicly you can't go online nowhere and find him. YouTube, but that is like old sermons. So I don't think he has anything current on there right now. I would have to research that. But these platforms, these guys, they need to be silenced. I don't know if we have any white viewers in the podcast right now. I don't know if you guys go to church and could kind of tell me some differences in your pastors versus these black pastors, but baby, we're not really understanding what's going on here.
But I think you have to just find the right church, the right pastor.
Yeah, because that's just too much.
And some people don't believe in going to church. It doesn't mean they're not spiritual, that they don't love God. You know, if you don't go to church, you know, God is in here. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Do you go to church?
There's,
you
I know. No, I don't. No.
It's a lot of people that claim to love God, but they're like closet racist. You know, nobody talks about that. They love God, they love their dogs and their animals, and they care about everything else except black people. It's like
you get a lot of that too.
Yeah. We are part of the human race. It's not just, you know, white people that exist.
Exactly. Yeah, but these, you know, when you got a pastor saying something like that, white or black, they need to be shut down like Farrakhan was. That's period point
preaching
blank.
Hate and, you know, trying to
inciting riots and violence.
Yes.
Now, what if everybody in the white pastor's congregation would have went out there and just took whoever they were saying out back and shot them? Well, this is what my pastor said this morning.
Harsh.
Yeah, fucking crazy. So anyway, we done with the pastor talk for right now, unless y'all get in the comments and y'all want us to talk about some other things. But we want to talk about some weird shit. Now, this issue here is very mysterious, okay?
Our dad is commenting a lot about the pastor situation.
Okay, then.
Oh, no, that's my brother. He said, I don't think politics and religion should ever mix.
And
but
I
think it's funny how America was built on the backs of minorities, but they want to reap all the benefits. I went to Eagles Nest in Omaha. The pastor and I was catering an event called Street of Dreams. And my pastor at the time had the biggest house on the block, equipped with an elevator and basketball court, but no one wants to talk about that.
Oh, wow.
The Eagles Nest pastor?
They live very
got an elevator?
Live very lavish lifestyles, and what do they call it? Their flock.
Congregation.
Their congregation.
The congregation.
You see the pastor that called his congregation broke because they didn't give him money or.
And you know what? He wouldn't have got a dollar out of me.
You better work hard for that Gucci,
Right.
all of that stuff.
Yes, they live very lavish lifestyles, and it's definitely off the backs of hardworking people that, you know, come and listen to the word when people can open the Bible and read it at home if they really want to. But they put their trust, you know, in these pastors and allow them, you know, to lead them in their lives. And
And then another thing with pastor work too, most of the language in these Bibles is written in Hebrew. And it does take you a while to find a passage that resonates with you as a person, but also you can relate it to the congregation. And then you've got to break it down from Hebrew to English. And then you have to bring it into a spiritual sermon so that people can either heal from it, learn from it, or take it and teach others with it. That's what a pastor is supposed to do. So when you have a pastor that is basically teaching, you know, demonic sayings or evil or violence and stuff like that, these guys definitely need to be silenced. And then another thing I want to say about how some of these pastors live so lavishly is because after they've been a pastor is a job. And so after they've been a pastor for about 6 months to a year, they have a very good credit rating. And so a lot of these guys do go get these big ass houses built and it's off of their credit. And then they get these elevators and shit like that. But it's more based on their credit versus what they're bringing in every single Sunday.
Right.
So that's another component to how some of these pastors are living the lavish lifestyles that they do. Now, these mega churches, I've seen them in Chicago. I've seen some mega churches in California and then Arizona. So now these guys, they get paid because it's like an arena,
right?
You know, you got 600-700 people
Just
every
imagine.
Sunday. Every Sunday,
$5 from everybody.
That's $5 to $10.
And you know they get $5
to $10.
When they're preaching and that word is good, they got sweat rolling and dripping off their forehead. Girl, they get the Holy Ghost. That basket coming around. They might even know basket no more.
Ching, ching,
They do cash app. They do all that.
Ching, okay? So we just wanted to hit a little bit on the finances.
Turn your pockets inside out.
Okay, like the cartoon. No, okay, but so we wanted to talk about, before we leave this Sunday, we wanted to talk about this mysterious death of this rapper called 600 Breezy.
His girlfriend, Raven Jackson.
His girlfriend's name is Raven Jackson, and he had came out on the Shade Room and he said his girlfriend killed herself, and these were her last words to him in a text message. And it's always suspect when the spouse or the partner hurries up and put out a public statement about their partner's death, because it's like, what are you trying to hide? So after we've done a little bit of digging, he came out with another statement saying those wasn't her last words, and actually these were her last words, because she was saying how in the text message she wanted to jump. She didn't know if it was going to hurt. She didn't know really how to do this. And they ended up finding her.
They found her in her apartment with a gunshot wound. Also, from what I heard, people were saying that she was breaking up with him because she had, and this is allegedly, she had allegedly learned that he was gay, that he had been having sex with men, and they were also saying that there were rumors that he had either AIDS or HIV. And so that's allegedly. I don't know that to be true. That's just what they're saying was the reason.
The offense.
That's what they're saying, you know, could have possibly been a motive, you know, for him to allegedly or possibly kill her.
And so a lot of the comments, because April had seen it too, and April was saying that, you know, a lot of the family members were in the Shade Room comments and they were saying, no, she would have never killed herself. This is not right.
Yeah.
This needs to be investigated. And we're just trying to figure out now, it's already suspect that he hurried up and put out a statement. To
and
me,
they're saying that she texted him but didn't leave a note or an explanation for anybody else, and so they're saying that also is strange, and the fact that she did not jump off a bridge. Yeah. So do you think somebody sits at a bridge, types up their last
There's multiple messages.
Yes.
You see all the messages like
right, and then decides, no, I'll just go home and I'll just shoot myself? Like, it doesn't make sense.
No. A lot of women statistically don't shoot themselves with a gun. They usually do it by pills or some type of silent way to go. Some of them do jump though. Some of them do use a gun and things like that, but it's not likely. And so the fact that this guy wants to hurry up and put this type of crap out is just he's a suspect at this point. Definitely in my book. But I just want to know, when are these men who are in the hip hop arena, if you are homosexual, when are you going to be okay with that? Now, we didn't all sat and watched.
I want to segue a little bit too.
Yeah, we didn't all sat and watched P-Valley.
Yeah.
We all watched Little Murder unfold on screen. A lot of black heterosexual men could not watch it.
Yeah.
Because they could not accept the fact that Little Murder was a killer, will spray your ass, but also will go get in the bed with Uncle Clifford.
I'm trying to tell you.
And a lot of men, a lot of black men, heterosexual men, they were like, oh no, I can't watch this no more.
Right.
But it could be their homeboy living this life.
When you look at the psychology of it though, when he talks about his life and how he met the first guy, how he had like his first encounter, you know, with like his first same-sex relationship, he talked about when he was incarcerated. And so I don't think that people like look at the psychology of it too.
Who talked about that?
Little Murder on the show.
On P-Valley.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think that people like paid attention to that when he talked about, you know, that, because little Uncle Clifford was thinking like, oh, you just playing around me, this is your first relationship, and he was like, no, it's not. But he talked about like how that happened, and yeah.
Because him and the boy who got committed suicide was incarcerated.
Yeah.
They used to do what they do in that broom
Right,
closet.
exactly. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yep, and to segue that, did y'all hear about, I think his name Fabio Foreign or whatever?
I don't know who that is.
I know he's a rapper.
Okay, he's a rapper, and so his child's mother went live and decided to put him out, or not put him out, but she was outing him. She went live saying how he's sleeping with multiple women, and there's like 2 other women that are currently pregnant by him. She also went live and went on to say that she found gay porn in his phone on his browser history. She also went on to say that during sex that a lot of times he would accidentally say that is my D-I-C-K and not the other thing. And so she was like, oh, you know, I just thought he was just, you know.
So was she using a dildo on him?
No.
No,
She
he
was
was
saying
blurted
that she thought that he was like mimicking what she was saying to him, you know, like while they were intimate or whatever. So she was like, I thought maybe he messed up and he was just repeating what I was saying to him. You know, he talked dirty during sex sometimes. So she said he said it multiple times. She didn't think anything of it until she looked in his search. Now, the only problem I have with that, I feel like she's wrong, and that's my personal opinion. She's wrong for going live and outing him.
Yes, she is.
Because
a woman scorned is the worst bitch on earth, and I know a lot of y'all men know that.
Yes, she is wrong for that. To out this man, that is why men don't feel safe now with, you know, coming out and really, you know, being who they are, because especially black men, because they feel like they're going to be judged. It's men that's probably not, you know, some men are bi, but they still can't fully come out and say that because, oh, you gay. You know, like they know that people are gonna, you know,
Their
talk.
fear of the friends, the family, what people gonna
Yes,
say,
exactly.
all that stuff.
I feel like that was
Fearful of
wrong,
that.
and I think that she only did that because she kept quiet about it all that time until he pissed her off. So I think she was wrong for that. I think that she's bitter and she's upset, you know, and especially with the two women she mentioned, like always, you know, two women that's probably pregnant by him. He doesn't use condoms, this and that. Then she was like trying to say, I ain't, you know, mess with him in a while. Boom. That's the key. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You know, I don't think it's fair. You know, I don't care if you're married, if you're in a relationship, and, you know, your partner been lying to you about who they really are.
Yeah.
And if that side of them is homosexual or bisexual or non-binary or whatever all these other terms are, I don't think it's fair for you to publicly blast their ass. Because it is, they're vulnerable and they're at a fragile state. And a lot of these motherfuckers, they will slit your fucking throat for doing some shit like that. So you have to be careful because fear is a big, big thing.
And even though
it will make the nicest person turn into a fucking monster.
It will. People have gone to jail, you know, for killing people over being outed. I feel, you know, how can I put it? They say don't do things that you know you're ashamed of. If it has to get out, you know, and you're ashamed of it, then don't do it. To me personally, I would just say live in your, you know, walk in your truth. Be
As
who
much as
you
you
are
can.
unapologetically.
As much as
but
you
I do
can.
understand because I looked at it from her point of view and I was thinking like maybe she's doing it because she doesn't want a situation where maybe he can track something and then he's, you know, spreading it around to people. So she's maybe trying to make other people aware of what's going on with him. Even then, the only responsibility you have is to yourself.
That's right.
If somebody is not having safe sex,
that's right.
and you feel like he's moving around, he's doing a lot, leave him alone. Because it's some women you can tell them like, girl, don't mess with him. He's nasty.
And they still gonna do it.
So
they
it just
still
doesn't matter.
gonna do it. They still gonna do it. So, and that's my thing too. If you want to spread awareness, go volunteer for the HIV clinic down the street because you know it's there. Okay.
Brandy says someone will hurt you to keep their secret, and that's
And
true.
they will. And
Very
they
true.
will cut your fucking tongue out your mouth.
Yeah.
And you know what? And even if you are that spouse, even if you are hurt by the lies and the mistrust or whatever else, you have to take yourself out of that situation, research how to heal from that.
Right.
But it is not your truth to blast.
At
And
all.
if you're doing it maliciously, that shit gonna come back on you tenfold. So just don't do it. I don't care who you are. I have seen situations in Omaha where a man has been blasted for being gay. He's been blasted for doing this and doing that and doing this. But the fact is, you will still see this man out here in the streets with either a woman or a man. Because at the end of the day, that's just who he was. You know what I mean? And so you just have to be careful about spreading someone else's truth. Because that's not your truth. You don't live that. Even though you may have had a relationship with that person. But that doesn't give you the right to out somebody.
Then to stay quiet about it until you get mad at him. So it's like, girl.
So that's malicious.
Yes, and it's like you've been knowing that he's been sleeping with
Honey
multiple
probably
women and all
found
this
that
stuff.
gay porn 5 years ago and just
Yeah.
wanted to
like
ignore
and
it.
you
Just wanted
you
to
know
ignore
that,
it.
You know, not saying that all rappers do that, but you know that he's, you know, a rapper. He's successful. You know, he's sleeping with multiple women, and
She knew what he was when she got with him.
Thank
pretty
you.
much.
Yes, to sum it up. Yes,
This is what comes with it.
Exactly. But I
So
think
it's
that a lot of
accountability,
women
yeah.
accept that because they look at the fame, they look at the money, and they think,
I don't give a
I
damn.
want- Right, they think I want this lifestyle, and maybe it's some things I gotta accept to live comfortable.
It's a lot of people
But,
like that.
man,
Yeah, it's a lot of
it's
people
not-
that'll live with that shit.
Nope, not doing it. I don't judge nobody. You do you. You know, I don't judge nobody, but hell no.
Okay, y'all. So we want to say we appreciate our producer from Death Row, Anthony, always keeping us solid, keeping us on track, and we want to Wish April all the luck in the world. Definitely go to her website. Check out her cakes and multiple treats that she can make. And we want to wish Treese a wonderful week. She's got some new endeavors coming up that we're congratulating her on. And I'm just going to work on rejuvenation and keeping my peace. But this been Say Something Sunday. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Alright guys, what I need for you guys to go ahead and do is go over to our YouTube page. Make sure you like, subscribe there, and also check out our Instagram and make sure you follow us there, man. We'll give a follow back for sure. Holla at us. Alright guys, what I need for you guys to go